What is up, buds? Welcome to Weed&d, the hot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClenahan, but you can call me Bam. And this here is my little elephant pipe. We call him Elefunk, because he likes to dance. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, buds. It has been an absolute thrill. We got all of our tech issues kind of worked out here in the studio, and we are ready to keep bringing this fire hotter and hotter each and every week. Thanks to all the buds for showing up and just being your awesome selves. It really is the best thing to kind of watch this little community grow, and I just am touched by the awesome people that we have already met along the way. So thanks to our buds over at D&D 420, kind of our brothers in the cannabis fantasy arms. They've been doing a lot of really awesome stuff. They've interviewed some of our cast. There might be some cool developments coming out on the interwebs that you can check out on your own time. But yeah, some really exciting stuff, reaching out to some of the other groups and everything. This project is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, so let's just enjoy this ride, man. I don't have a ton to say tonight, man. I'm just excited to get back to jump into this D&D. We had some big events last time. And man, my favorite part of every single week is just getting to do this thing with my 5 favorite people. And speaking of those 5 people, let's bring them in. I'm going to take this little magic joint right here, and through the magic powers of the internet, pass it to my dear friend, Brenna. Hey, Brenna, how you doing, girl?
Internet magic, internet magic. Speaking of magic, I am so excited to hang out with you buds today. Okay, whew. Let's do this. You ready, Abby? Ooh, I am so ready. Abby Dandy, if you don't already know, aka Tin of Smooth Hands, smoothest hands around. Well, I'm ready. You ready? Drooby, this one's for you.
What up, y'all? Drew, Thorcus the Dwarf. Papa got a nap. And bacon. Awesome job on the bacon, by the way. Fantastic. All right, yeah, no, I'm all rested up. I'm feeling fine. I love that we are back in full swing. Got the fucking Ferocious Five and Bry. Got the fucking best DM on the internet. Well, pretty much the planet. Yeah, let's not limit ourselves. Anyway, let's fucking get it, guys. I'm excited. Best friend, come on in. This one's for you, best friend. Yeet.
Ooh, yeet indeed. Thank you, best friend. And what's up, buds? Jake Taylor, back again as Rial Othervon, who discovered something very interesting. And funny enough, if I'm not mistaken, it's our 30th episode. So that's some milestone shit. I'm glad to have y'all with us. We couldn't be more grateful for such an amazing community. And man, I'm just ready to play some motherfucking D&D with these amazing folks. Hey, Gus, you all ready for this?
Yo, and D&D, and D&D, and D&D, and what's up, y'all? Gus Two Blunts Langley. I'm ready to do the damn thing, so I'm gonna pass it back to Bam. Here you go, bro.
So, look at that. Made it back unbroken and ready to toast. We got us a little ritual we like to do around these parts. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a little lighter, like this one right here. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire, and go, lighters up. Let's play some fucking D&D, guys.
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
Ooh. All right. Ooh, man, I'm feeling it tonight. Look out. All right, if you will please allow me to set the mood. When last we left the Ferocious Five, they stood startled within the Purified Garden. After driving off the hag creature that fed upon the dreams of Thoricus Onyxheart, Divot set the many eyes of his new magical vest upon the coffin labeled the Jester and shunning the chaw of Tina and Brunor, decided to open it while his allies rested nearby. Within the black steel coffin, he found a small, withered corpse, upon whose skull rested a jester's cap that hummed with magical energy, and was quickly donned by the lightning dodger. Tina and Brunor, however, both managed to turn away from the powerful artifacts which seemed to call to the core of each of their beings. It was then that Thoricus emerged from his much-needed slumber, putting behind him the longing of his homeland and the nightmares which plagued his battle-weary mind. Nearby, Rial Othravon investigated the strange magical blade pulled from the stone body of the roper, and learned of its startling true power as he identified it as a luck blade, one of the most powerful magic items in existence. All right, guys. You stand mere feet away from each other. Brunor and Tina, your backs against the cold stone frame of the roper that you have all come together and slain. Divot standing not far behind you, near the coffin labeled the Jester, which he opened and removed the artifact from within. Closer still, near the protective gaze of Brian the Dracodile, a freshly rested Thoricus Onyxheart and Rial sit up, finishing their long rest. Fully renewed, the five stand in the Purified Garden, golden floors stained from the powerful magics that were called upon during the miracle performed by Tina Smoothhands. Flowers surrounding the thick brambles along the walls, brambles which were once sharp with thorns and spikes, but now rest smooth like snakeskin.
Oh, yeah.
The pink mist to the south, surrounding the pillar where the beholder zombie once floated. A calmness and a quiet rests in the minds of the five as they begin their day anew. What do you do?
I recognize this mist around us, right? As Feywild magic.
So yeah, from your guys' combined Arcana checks, you kind of put together that the pink mist itself seems to be Fey in origin, similar to the pink mist that you saw during the Mad Tea Party. And then, as well, you also noticed that the gray mist that kind of emanates from the cracks around that circle at the center of the pillar in the south, that is some kind of strange ritualistic magic that Divot also identified as the same magic that the hag seemed to be a part of.
I take that information and I tuck that into the back of my mind as I
My favorite.
turn to Brunor, and I want to walk over to Brunor and get the plans, because I can't just run over to the pillar, and I've already been over there, so I know what's going on over there. So let's assess.
Yeah, so you
walk
kind
over
of walk over. You know, there's still some of that weird blue goo that just kind of blew out of this roper. You would guess it's like the closest thing to like blood that this beast had. You know, and your steel armor boots just kind of trudge through this blue muck as you make your way over to Brunor.
Yeah. So, what's next? What shall we move on from here? I'd like to go get something to save us if we can in the future. There was talk of a dragon's den somewhere.
Yeah.
Rial, you spoke of.
Booty.
I can't stop thinking about how that hag called me out.
Well, yeah, I mean, whatever you guys think next is, because, you know, Brunor hasn't really seen the platform or anything, because she was asleep while that happened.
Yeah.
So, like, I have no idea. So Brunor is like, fucking yeah, let's move on, let's do this, let's go.
And I just shrug my shoulders and I turn to the rest of the group and, what do you guys, where are we going? What are we doing? What is everybody else?
Wait, are you guys opening coffins? Oh my God, where's mine? Where's my coffin?
It's over there. It's over.
Okay.
Right over. Go on.
I'm gonna.
Oh, Divot took his. Well, just be careful. We all saw ours.
I'm loudly coughing because he hasn't noticed my new hat.
Rude.
Hey, sweet hat. Sweet hat.
Oh,
They're very
thank
nice
you.
hats.
Thank you.
Like it. Did you get it in the coffin? I wonder what's in mine.
I stole it myself.
Nice. Good. Shock it out.
All right, yeah. So they kind of gesture over to the northwest area, behind where the frame of the roper rests. And yes, there is the unopened, the only undisturbed coffin at this point, the black steel coffin with the placard at the base that reads "The Blade Master."
Well, that's
I look over at Bruno and I'm like, he'll probably get 2 hats.
Oh well. Then better
2 hats.
2 hats.
All right, so
One for each
Thoricus, all right, so Thoricus, you actually experience as you kind of round the base of this roper here, as your feet kind of step over the dead tentacles that now just lay lifelessly on the floor. You can smell kind of the putrid stench that just emanates from within this dead creature as the various gases are released from the caverns and holes in this kind of rock cave face that is its skin. But as your feet step on the ground closer to the coffin itself, you see as the gold ground at your feet, kind of like a mirage, shimmers a little bit. And you look down, and once more, as you kind of move your foot forward, you see a similar sight. The stone steps that lead to the palace of Kulmara, just like in your dream. The stone supposedly hewn from giants of old, but a very familiar color that beckons once more back to your ancient, the place of your birthright, Kulmara. And you do notice that as you kind of get about 10 feet away from the coffin.
So as I'm approaching the coffin, I see Kumara.
Yes. Yeah, not necessarily all of Kulmara, but again, those stone steps that kind of lead up to the palace.
What was in that breakfast, Tina? Jesus.
I put some extra
Oh my
spice in
God.
there.
I feel amazing.
The dragon.
And I'm tripping balls? Oh man, Papa's gonna have a good day. All right, let's see what's in this damn thing.
You step forward and, you feel the mighty beating of drums within your chest, almost as like a great drum is beating far across the horizon. And as your hand kind of, as this building beat builds in your hand, your hand kind of shakes a little bit as you set your hand on the cold black steel coffin. And the lid, again, similarly to Tina's, you see the coffin, without you having to use your strength, it opens. As it shifts open, a great plume of dust, the settling dust of 1,000 years just kind of drapes off the sides of it and fills your nose. You kind of wipe the dust away and look inside. You see, similarly to the rest of your allies, the withered frame of a small dwarven skeleton. In his hands, kind of crossed across his body, you see one long pole that has a sword on either edge of it, so a dual-bladed weapon. And in his hand, wrapped around his neck, is a small vial that dangles down and rests almost, at the center point of this blade. And you see this glowing silver vial. And the silver liquid inside, you kind of squint at it and you look at it. It's a little strange. But as you kind of draw upon your blacksmithing knowledge, your best guess at what this thing is it looks like quicksilver, which is an old, myth among blacksmiths. Almost like finding the alchemy stone. Blacksmiths used to say that there was this liquid metal that you could forge onto blades to increase their sharpness and their damage, basically. So you're looking at, a pretty awesome two-sided, longsword on either side of this two-handed blade. Again, on the withered, kind of worm-eaten flesh skeleton of this ancient dwarf.
As Thoricus gazes upon this, I say, Tempting, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah. Wait, who took shit out of their coffin? Show of hands.
You see a skeleton hand raise up in the
Of course.
inside of the room.
Anyone else? Any takers?
I put it back.
So you did take. You tasted, but you didn't eat.
I put it back.
So maybe I should. Maybe I should just see how it feels. Just in my hand for a second. I can put it back, right? Everything will
Why
be.
would you?
Why? Wait.
Why wouldn't you try it?
The decision is yours, Thoricus.
No
Wow.
judgment here, baby.
Wow, you guys
I'm
are
gonna
so
think
supportive.
it's lame if he doesn't.
I was really expecting like an angel devil on my shoulder type situation, but no,
No.
let's fucking do it.
Not here. The five is accepting. You do you, and you'll deal with your consequences. You know.
Yeah, honestly, that's pretty exhausting. I'm done with that.
Oh, but I haven't really caused that many things for us to deal with, right?
No, not you. Not you. Me, mostly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Thoricus,
sorry.
the decision is yours.
I was like, no, I have my thing too.
Yeah.
I need a big pain in the ass thing that everyone has to deal with.
While you're talking, I'm slowly backing towards Tina's coffin.
You want to make a
Yeah,
stealth
no,
check for me
no.
there, Divot?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sneaky Pete.
You're the one that can see at 360 degrees.
Yeah, alright, jeez.
That's gotta fuck with you.
But you went out after we light it.
Oh,
No, we gotta cue the sad crit hit. There it is.
Shit
Yes.
hit?
Crit hit. It's a sad one. But... We got little rituals around here. It used to be we just did a crit hit on a 20, but then I realized that by also doing it on a 1, we could do it more.
It's
amazing. That works.
science.
It's wonderful. It's a little thing.
Just stone. It was a killer plan. So Divot, yeah, you know, critical misses don't technically exist on skill checks, but let's just say you do a pretty terrible job. You're kind of backing up. You know, you're around the area where the blue muck on the ground is, and you're backing up, and you kind of like suddenly you feel like a little squish on your foot, and you look down, and because you stepped on this tentacle, it kind of half wraps itself around your ankle and just kind of gives you the EBGBs. So as you're trying to be all you know, sneaky, suddenly you're like, ew, you know, and this little thing is wrapped around your ankle, and you kind of give your position away. You see everybody in the group kind of like looks over at you real quick.
What are you doing?
Yo, what are you doing, bro?
I put it back. I was being good.
And I'm like, look, to leave it here would be a waste. Let me hold on to it for you until you change your mind.
That's sound judgment. I back that up.
That's acceptable. I'll accept it.
And so I open the coffin, and I like.
So Divot, actually, you begin walking up to the coffin, and you experience the same kind of overwhelming sense of warmth and benevolent light coming out of this coffin. But as you approach, you find it's like a big bubble pushing against you, and it gets a little bit hard to like move forward until you're about 5 feet away from it or so. And you can still move forward, but it's like there's like a force pushing against you as you do so.
Okay, all right. So I guess everybody sees that happen, and I'm like, I feel like
What's happening?
maybe I shouldn't do that.
Now you can, like I said, it's still a force that you can push against, but I just wanted you to know that you do feel that.
No, yeah, but I'm like, it doesn't feel good to me. Still like the idea of holding on to it. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I respect your decision.
Divot, leave it. Thank you, though.
Because it seems like it would be a burden to me to hold that thing. Never mind.
I look down. I look over at Brian and I go, "See, most of the time it just kind of works itself out."
And Brian just kind of like nods again, showcasing that new intelligence that he seems to be displaying. Like he's like, you see he's watching the conversation now, and it, like, you don't know to what capacity he's able to comprehend, but it does certainly seem like his eyes have not, come. Whereas before he would have found like a nice onion and just been chewing on some grass or something. You see him actually kind of like paying attention to the conversation.
Yeah, and it's also kind of fun that in that moment Brunner noticed that like she just trusted everybody. Like in that moment she just kind of trusted everybody with what they were gonna do, and so that is like further strengthening this bond that she feels with the five. And she's also like more and more like, yes, these are the people that I'm ready to do like anything with, including my stuff. Like, this is amazing. Yeah. I'm like feeling grateful in that moment. She's like, oh, these guys, and then she's like, oh, these guys. Okay, right after that, Tina, I'm gonna slap Thorkiss on the back and be like, okay, decision time.
You step around the rope or through the muck once more, and place your hand on the shoulder of Thorkiss Onyxheart as he's kind of looking down. You can see, subconsciously, you can see him kind of licking his lips a little bit, looking at this Quicksilver, one of the more legendary things to be found when it comes to blacksmithing. He's just kind of eyes staring straight at it.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, Papa's had some sleep and a great breakfast. Thank you so much for that. See, I've been around a little while, guys, and you don't really want to miss out on these opportunities too often. Shit can go south no matter what decision you decide to go with. Ultimately, you have to deal with the consequences or the rewards. That's up to you. Now, if y'all have my back, like I have yours, you're my ride or dies, I trust that you trust that I will do the right thing, and if not, then you'll have my back and we'll just fuck shit up. So, everyone make your own damn decision. Whatever the fuck happens, I got you every step of the way until I breathe no more breath. No judgment, no bullshit. We're in this together. So if you want some shit out of your coffin, I would suggest that you probably go grab that. If it was tempting at some point, because you only live once, right, Divot?
Yeah, while he's saying this, I've like grabbed the Quicksilver and I'm just like handing it to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, Thorkiss standing with his back to the coffin is like explaining to you guys how each of you should do it. And you see Divot kind of like an old cartoon criminal like creeping up behind him, and he just takes the Quicksilver off of the corpse and hangs the little necklace over Thorkiss. So yeah, Thorkiss, you see, the skeletal hands of Divot kind of dangle this vial of Quicksilver, around your neck. And you're looking down, you see the skeleton, as kind of similarly to when Divot pulled the jester cap, whatever flesh was kind of remaining in the recesses around the neck kind of sticks to it, and you kind of like notice Divot doesn't seem to care, being kind of a fleshy man himself. But yeah, you do notice some like little pieces of ancient skin on the necklace as it settles around your neck.
Yeah, but that's mine's though. So.
And yeah, the corpse sitting in the coffin still is holding the dual-sided blade as well, if you want to grab it.
Right, but it's not axes though. That intrigues me.
It's not axes. Yes, that is again kind of like this strange personal call that this thing has given you. You're like, this is a kind of a strange turn of events. You're like, based on everybody else's story, you would think there would be maybe some double-sided axes in here or something.
Right, you would think. But it seems to me that everything that we're looking at is a what if or a could be or a parallel dimension fucking multiverse type thing. And
I would say, Thorkiss, you are reminded of that when you guys were sucked into that void. And you remember
Right.
the
I'm the
series
fucking
of
light breaker.
those dots of light, the 5 dots of light going into this swirling darkness, and they would collide and both be destroyed and then reborn once
Right.
more, and you saw that cycle kind of play out. And as you're looking around at this, it's like that same thing, like how do you guys end up here? Like how does something so personal and so specific after a series of what seemed like random events lead you to this place, and these things, and what does that mean?
And I'm moved by Thoricus's words, and I dash back to my coffin, and I've never picked up anything so fast in my life. I slid it on my
Yourself.
finger. Oh, and if it could flourish with blooms of roses. Oh, I dabbed my face with the roses as I put it on my face. Oh.
Yeah, if you recall,
Yeah.
Tina, your ring, it's 2, like where rather than like a stone or something, it's 2 golden hands, kind of like 2 giving hands that reach out. Again, all these items kind of whir with magic power, but until identified, you don't really know too much about them. But yes,
I didn't
Tina,
set the
as you...
tune to him.
What's
I
that?
just said grab him.
So yeah, Tina, as you go back over to your coffin once more, and as you kind of approach it, you feel that similar feeling that you felt previously, where it's almost like mentally there's this like golden hand that kind of reaches out to you, and as you move your hand over to the coffin, it once more opens without you even having to exert any force upon it. It opens up, a little more dust, and you once more reach down to the ring, as the divine skeleton, small in stature with arms crossed piously across its chest. You reach down, to the source of this emanating benevolent energy that you feel. Put your fingers on it, and once more you feel that cold hum of power. This item might be one of the more powerful things you've ever come in contact with. You don't quite understand it, but you feel somehow as if it was meant for you. It's a little cold to the touch.
When I slide that right on my finger.
Does it say unity?
Unity. With 5 fingers say the face. No, Tina, yes, you slide it on your finger, and again, you feel not quite as powerfully as the experience that Divot had about being connected both to the past and future at the same time. But again, the swelling sense of destiny within this item, like that perhaps this item has seen and braved heavier storms than even you yourself have. And there's a feeling of legacy, of ancient power trapped within it. Again, you're not attuned to it. It is on your hand now, and you feel that cold caress of it against your finger. But that is all. The kind of emanating benevolent energy that once came from this coffin now dies away, leaving nothing but a cold corpse with its arms crossed across its chest.
Like a flower blooming, I'm released of any guilt or negative feelings I had associated with looting this, conveniently, perhaps. But I look forward tentatively to the power that this will bring me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. It seems like each and every day, Tina, you're being exposed to higher and higher powers, whereas before you felt constricted by Thera's Dune. Through Shantia's blessing, you find yourself blooming ever more and more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, looks damn nice too.
Yeah, it looks fly.
Feel good, right?
Yeah.
That felt really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a
So
little hair flip, return.
Yeah.
Now that that's sorted.
Brunor.
Do it.
Brunor.
Oh,
Brunor.
do it.
Moral conundrum!
Yeah, Bruno,
Hey.
you feel the shifting eyes of the entire room kind of suddenly like,
I propose the argument that this is a different time.
It's so fun too.
it's enjoyable for all ages.
Bruno also looks over at Rial, who, I guess just picked up something cool too. But I look over at Rial, like, what do you?
I stomp both feet on the ground and I look at everybody else. Don't peer pressure Brunor.
I would never. I'm just saying, pick it up if I were her. That's all I'm saying. There's no pressure.
Kind of like when the dragons, you know, when she killed the wormling, the first one, and she just was like, "Wah!" like was like kicking it afterwards. She runs over to the coffin and goes, "Wah!" and like pulls it open and like grabs the shield and picks it up and holds it over her head and goes, "Is this what you want? Is this what you want?"
I don't know.
Is this what
Are you happy? Are you happy?
Brunor, as you move forward once more, you experience all of this, you know, as you go about this course of action. As you step closer once more, you feel that calling of the ancient wood, and you're like, oh gosh, you feel like you're floating underwater. You fling the coffin lid open, grab the shield. You feel like you drop once more out of the water like you had the entire cycle you went through previously, except for now, you hold this, you know, this ship's front shield in your hands over your head as you shout at your allies. Is this what you want?
This is what you wanted.
And impressive.
Like you happy to make monkeys dance? Dance, monkeys, dance. And then like Bruno just like kind of falls to the ground, like clutching the shield really.
You see, that's not what I wanted. But hey, you do you. And I still back that up. I got you. 100, fam.
Brunor, you feel the same call of the ancient legacy within the item that you hold. This surging feeling of prophecy within it. You know, you can feel 1,000 battles at open sea, somehow all buried within the memories of this strange brown ship's wood, a style of which you've never seen before. But you know, each of you, as you come into contact with these items, seem to be connecting to some greater power source that resides within them. Thoricus, did you also grab the double-bladed sword?
Well, I was going to ask you about that.
Well, I'm here for you.
Well, I figured you were. Like you always are. No, I was going to say, like, that's not really... Again, it's not really me, but I'm kind of thinking... Now, I know Rial has this, like, luck sword. I mean, I as Drew, know that, but not as Thoricus. So, I am now divulging meta-knowledge into my character that I can't make that decision. Fuck!
Drew just starts folding in on himself. Fold 8 times! Fold 8 times!
Oh my god.
All right. Get back into
At
Thor.
least you talked it through.
Yep. Okay, so I'm not thinking about the Lux Sword because I don't know about the Lux Sword. However, I see that it's obviously a finely crafted weapon.
Indeed.
A weapon that I'm not sure that anyone other than me would potentially be proficient at. I do know that best friend uses a fucking sword. And, you know, I'm like, hey, he's pretty versatile. Maybe I just give this double-edged sword to my best friend and teach him how to be a fucking cyclone of fuck or a dreidel of doom or what do we call it? It was something like
Training montage. Training montage. Training montage.
Got to be
Yeah,
the best.
Your boy.
Friends are with the friends. Brian can fly now. We're going outside now.
I'm sure that Sandy could write a training montage song. You know he could. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Sandy, please.
I hate to pimp you out, Sandy, but I also love to pimp you out.
Wow, wow.
Sandy, this is a direct request. Can we get a training montage, please? Yeah, that would be my pleasure.
I volunteer to do backup grunting, growling vocals. Like,
Yeah, I feel like none of it. Yeah, none of it really like makes any sense. It's just like
Exactly that, Sandy. And only that.
And if you could send us a video of you making the song set to a training montage. Love you, Sandy.
Ooh, let's double that. Yeah.
Oh,
Flip
wow.
that
Yeah.
and reverse
Double
it.
touch.
Yeah.
Jake, you just changed the game. So as that it can never be played the same again.
That's my best friend, y'all.
I love you, best friend.
Sell that.
All right, so Thorkus,
Give
you're
it a fucking
standing.
double-edged sword.
You're standing in front of that double-edged sword. Are you gonna grab it?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
All right, you see as you grab the central heft of the blade, you know, the handles that extend out to the blades on either side, the fingers that are wrapped against the blade itself seem to hold on a little tightly. Like at first pull, there's a little resistance. You kind of look at it like, are you gonna come to life on me, you stupid skeleton, like what all skeletons do? And you're like, and you pull again, and it just lets go. You see a couple of the fingers break as the flesh from their palms that is kind of like connected to the blade after so many years peels away. You kind of rip it off. You look at it, not a bad weapon, you know, easily incorporated into your fighting style, but not quite as heavy as the weapons that you prefer. You know, these longsword blades don't deliver, you know, the big whammy that you're accustomed to using. But as you're kind of looking at it, you realize that it glides with a certain finesse that you as a battle master and practicer of you know, weaponry can respect. And as you're kind of moving it around, that same kind of like mirage happens. And you can picture yourself as a warrior on the battlefield, surrounded on all sides by enemies, hundreds of soldiers, as they charge in from all sides. And you're picturing yourself at the speed that you would be able to shoot the blade backward into the chest of one man, turn and pivot on a foot, slice it across the throat of another. And you feel like you're actually watching an event that has actually occurred. And you watch as this strange soldier in the battlefield goes about throwing and manipulating this blade in such a way that he downs 100 different soldiers by himself. And as you're kind of like reliving this memory in your head, you flash back. You're once more in the Purified Garden, holding the dual-bladed weapon.
Maybe I will just keep this.
You gotta look
Yeah.
over at Rial and like take your walkie-talkie out. Put both of them in a bag.
No, it's just, dude, I mean, like, I thought of him to begin with. And so, of course,
That's what matters.
and I'm gonna stay loyal to him as my friend and to the ladies of destruction. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. I know where I'm at. I'm gonna choose to continue to be me. For right now. So that's the way that I go. And I'm gonna be like, of course I want to teach my best friend some cool shit along the way.
When we
Like
get the
we're gonna
montage
to
music,
that.
yeah.
Kung Fu.
I'll
It's
smoke to
a
that.
habit.
Well spoke to that. Good call.
Yeah.
We will also do that. Come on, best friend, hit that shit with me.
Thanks. All right. So yeah, Thorkus, you know, you kind of look at the blade, and again, feeling that same calling, that connection to this piece. It seems a little harder to hand off than you had originally thought. But of course, if there's montage music, Sandy, there will be a hilarious montage where you try to teach Rial how to use it, that I both am looking forward to and cannot stop thinking about. So yeah, you know, kind of
the
fashion
double-edged
it.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of set it on one of the rings, you know, that you would attach your axes to previously, and in a real quick little, you know, wrestling of some straps and such, you managed to strap it to you. But yeah, you now have it. You feel, like I said, you feel that same, almost as if this weapon itself has seen more battles than you in a strange way. Like the leather wraps are tight but worn and withered, and you see, you know, what could only be described as old blood stains all around it. Like this blade has seen the end of many people's days. And so,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's right up other me's alley. You know what I mean? I would imagine that's how he would roll as myself in another time.
I like that you guys have just adopted that. You're like, this is other us.
Other us. It's not us.
And then you see a crocodile statue in the corner. I'm kidding. You don't. That's bad. I'm just kidding. That's too much. All right, yeah. So there you go. You guys have all plundered these coffins.
Oh my god.
Wait, but Jake didn't get anything, did he?
No, he didn't, did
He
he?
got a sword.
But that was the sword that was from the monster, though, not from. Like, we all got stuff. Like, after the battle was won, we got to open our treasure chests and take our treasures, and he got nothing.
He got the
big
roper's
just
hat.
Sword.
I mean,
he
I mean,
literally got the best thing in the game as far as
Well, we don't know that.
The best. I know,
So-
but okay, so Thor
I'm-
cares about that. Okay.
So I'm gonna feel really good about myself and be like, walk up to Rial and say, I got this for you. I don't know if you want to use it, but I mean, I'll teach you some cool shit if you ever want to like hang out outside of like the rest of them, you know, like just us. It's- yeah, I had like an acid trip when I held on to it, and I can totally see you doing that too, and it's gonna be dope. So you're gonna want to hold on to this. You're welcome.
So Rial, as Thorcus presents this blade to you, you kind of reach out and grab it. You're not really particularly trained with this type of weapon, but you're sure with a little bit of downtime or whatever, you can, especially with a teacher such as Thorcus, you could probably learn how to master it. However, as he speaks of it so highly, you, as he hands this weapon over to you, don't get that same feeling from it. You see, he sets it in your hand, and it's a well-balanced weapon. You don't feel the humming pull of destiny, or even you really detect much of a magical nature within it at all. A fine weapon to be sure, but the way he's handing it to you would imply some greater reverence toward it than you initially feel as you take it from him.
Yeah, you like that shit, right? Feels good.
I have these thoughts, but of course I don't say it. I accept it and look at Thorcus. I'm eager to learn with you.
Again, sweet rogue, super dexterous. You move it pretty easily. It seems to be a finesse weapon for what it's worth, which means you can utilize your great dexterity to battle with it. And you quickly kind of strap it to your back in a way that in D&D I don't even like to describe, because just carry the stuff. I don't really need to picture you with like a bunch of weapons. And there's that bag that you put everything in that makes D&D go round. So yeah.
And as they're having this awesome bro moment, I'm inspecting this awesome bro moment. I'm inspecting my really sweet new ring, and my hands are really dirty, so it really shines against my grimy hands. And I'm on cloud 9 for a minute, but then I come down because I can't shake the feeling of this Feywild magic around me. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that it's around us. I don't feel safe with it in the air, and I speak up. I think we should move on.
All right.
Yo, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I feel good. Yeah, let's do that.
Rial, do you still know where that dragon's hoard is? I think we should head in that direction.
Can I collect any of the black steel and or awesome wood from the coffins that are now pretty much fucking useless? Just for materials later on if I want to.
So yeah, you kind of run into
I don't know
a classic conundrum of like,
I don't know what kind of steel it is, right?
Right, yeah, this black steel, you've never quite seen anything like it before. It is
Looks
not
dope.
in your interactions. You haven't really encountered much of it. Now, you do run into like the logistics of these are all like extremely large coffins, and even these raw materials in their big forms would be rather heavy. I would say you probably couldn't get all of it, but you could certainly get like some pieces from, if you want like a piece of black steel and a piece of that wood or something like that. Nothing just too crazy. They are pretty heavy.
I'd probably take just a little chunk of the black steel that I'm not familiar with, just to see if in our travels I could come across someone who might know what it is and maybe help our plight out in some way, shape, or form. And then enough of the wood to perhaps make a handle of some sort, or perhaps a bow, or something enough to make something out of. Nothing that's too cumbersome, obviously, but
Sweet. So, how do you want to
Some-
go about gathering those? So, if you're just looking for a little piece of black steel, on the coffins, like the latches that the coffins were made out of, those would be pretty easily retrieved if you just want a sample. If you want like a big plate or something, you'd probably have to like describe how you go about doing that. And then for the wood, it's the similarly. Like if you want to just take your axe to it and bust off a piece, you can absolutely do that if that's. But yeah, how do you go about gathering these materials?
okay, I guess because I do kind of want one of the plates of the black steel. I don't really want just like a little chip out of it or a hinge, because that's weird. Being like, bro, are you carrying a hinge around with you?
Who carries a
Nice.
hinge?
I don't know.
Nice axe.
Yeah. I'm like, pay no attention to the awesome dual axes that I fucking put together myself. Yeah, focus on the hinge. This guy. Kidding me?
Can I
Yeah.
lend you a hand, Thoricus?
Yes, are you so intuitive? I was gonna do our like shield jump move that we did for the pit thing before, and Macho Man, Randy Savage, elbow drop on the fucking coffin and break it into a million pieces.
I was thinking I have a lot of lock-picking experience. Oh, that's even better. Oh my god. I was thinking because I'm used to like breaking into things and taking things apart, so I thought that I might be able to help you in that respect. But that's more like that's a badass.
Let's just break some shit.
Let's break stuff.
We're already breaking all the rules, and it feels great.
Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah. There's no consequences to what happens today.
We're gonna live forever.
I just want to lend a hand. Let me help you out, Thoricus.
Hell yeah, let's do that, because that sounds fun.
All right.
The energy
So,
tonight.
which coffin are you chopping up, Thoricus?
Mine?
You walk up to the Blade Master, the lid's still open. You see the withered skeleton now, nothing in its hands. Thick, solid bones like a good dwarven skeleton would be, short in stature, matching your own.
Sexy as fuck.
Where do you want to cut this chunk out of? You want to just like blast this coffin, or you cutting off
Like
the
I
lid?
said, I want to like be like, Tina, we about to do that thing, you remember? And like run up towards her. She's gonna get her shield out and like pop me off, and then I'm literally gonna be coming up and like bring the elbow of death down onto this coffin and just try to smash the fuck out of it.
Nice. All right, you call upon
see what
basically
breaks up.
your team attack, your fire team attack, where she heats up your blade as you bring it down, and cutting through the dead center of the coffin, like a heated blade, so hot it cuts through the metal like butter. You
Like
see the
butter.
coffin fall into halves. As you split in twain.
It's wide.
See, the axe cuts through the skeleton in as well, rendering the corpse into two pieces that lie upon the ground. A giant chunk of the coffin, as you finish your slice through, lands to the side. Probably like a nice 30-pound just plate of this black steel. You see the dust kind of blows out in all directions as you, look down on your handiwork. And you see in the chest cavity of the skeleton that you just cut in half, this green fire
Oh,
start glowing. Divot, you recognize it quickly. It's the exact same green flame that you saw within your own coffin. You see as the small, handful-sized fire starts spinning, flickering, the green light washing on your face as it did to Divot's. It begins growing. And you feel as the heat of this fire kind of starts, blasting against your face. It's a full, raging fire. And you watch as it splits into 4 fires. You watch as each one, with a jet shedding arc of green energy, shoots to the 3 remaining coffins, which now begin to shake. You hear a great cry. and you see these giant ape fists punch out of the jester coffin behind Brunor and Rial. As you watch this giant purple gorilla just rip out of the coffin, sending black steel shooting in all directions. You see all the other coffins around you still shaking. The skeleton, Thoricus, as your feet, you see a green light shoot between the two halves of the skeletons and start drawing them together. As the coffins nearby, the green jetting arcs of fire blast into them as well. And you see each coffin explode. And standing amidst the dust and chaos, the swirls of green energy that wisp up from the ground, the remnants of Tina's miracle, you see standing the skeletons, eyes burning with green flame. The Blade Master before you, Thoricus, holds his hands out, looking for his weapon. His eyes snap and stare at you, Rial, as with great fury, he begins running in your direction. And that's where we're gonna pick it up after intermission, guys.
No consequence, right? Just do what the fuck you want.
No consequences.
Hey man, reaching into coffins. You know, skeletons come to life. That's like rule number.
We already fought like a dragon and a demon in our fucking.
Yeah.
You guys aren't even worried that you're.
We rested. We're fine.
It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fine. You're gonna have a great time. And I'm not super excited to get back to this. Yes, I am. I was lying. All right, guys, we're going to jump. We do a 10-minute intermission here. Gives us a chance to refill our water cups. Do not forget to hydrate, everybody. Crit sip. I'm doing it right now. Big water. We're coming for you. We're back in 10 minutes. Listen to the amazing tracks by Sandy Stein. Check out this incredible art submitted by the Weed&d community and our art director, Vlad Kolonik, who is just a freaking force to be reckoned with. Definitely hang out. Check it out. We got Discord. Come join us at the Discord. We're doing the music giveaway. Help if you get pulled, you got to design a theme. You got to pick who we make our next musical theme for. If you have a certain character or person you like the most, request. Whoever wins gets to pick the song that Sandy's going to make for the next person. So that's pretty cool, man. Definitely come hang out. We will be back 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Weed&d. Things are about to go crazy.
Love it.
Y'all just was like, I'm going to open up these coffins. All right, here we go.
Just chill.
Consequences. Just do whatever you want.
I didn't even just do that right now.
Whoa, cricket.
Welcome back, buds, to Weed&d, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. That was a sweet intermission. I hope you enjoyed all this wonderful art. Thank you to all the artists who submit such incredible stuff. It is our very great joy to show it to you all. Jumping back in here, when last we left the Ferocious Five, they had all just plundered these coffins that littered the Purified Garden around them, and in that moment seemed to draw the ire of the spirits from within. Let me just throw a little cool music on. And we jump back in. We did something a little different. We did what we like to call intermissionative. And that is, intermissionative tends to take a while. We like to keep it tight, do about a 2-hour show. So screw all that wonky intermission stuff. We did it at intermission. So intermissionative, a Weed&d trademark, now and forever. So as this moment occurs, the coffins exploding, revealing the skeletons from inside each one of them, lumbering near, where the explosion had started. You see the 3 skeletons, one standing where the Benevolent is holding this strange scepter in her hand suddenly as the skeleton kind of looms over the shattered coffin. The Blade Master again starts running forward, and as his feet begin to shift in the golden ground, Brunor, with your 20 in initiative, you actually manage to go first. You see him take a shift. He locks eyes with Rial, and he looks like he's going to be running straight for him.
Okay. The one right in front of me, the ruler.
No, the Blade Master, the one in front of Thorcus. That's the one that's running for that's locked eyes.
This
on you.
one. That's like, oh, he's so far. They're so far from me.
But yeah, the ruler is standing right in front of you. You see
Yeah.
still holding this strange bone shield, not the same crested shield that you had pulled off of the corpse originally, but in this strange explosion and infusion of dark magical fire, it seems to have summoned this bone shield to its side.
That's convenient.
That's terrifying. It's so terrifying that I want to scream, kind of like Homer, like, "Ah!" and then like hit it because I have the shields, the one that I picked off in my hands, and I want to like hit as hard as I can. So I was wondering if I can. I know that I have a two-handed Andurel attack.
Yes.
I wanted to know what you thought about that, like swinging it that way.
Swinging the shield like a two-handed weapon.
Like
Yes.
a chair in a wrestling match.
All right, so
Yes.
that would be more like an improvised weapon. Shields don't really have a damage class. I would say if you're using it two-handed, you are trained in martial weapons, so you can certainly hit it. And I think using it two-handed would allow you to add your strength damage to that as well. So I would say with the shield, you probably do a D6, D6 damage plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
But yeah, you would attack. You know, you're trained in martial weapons, so you could certainly swing this with some efficiency.
Okay. So I'll attack. I'll roll my. Let's see here.
You could just roll the Andurel attack, and then we'll -1. 'cause
The
you're
2 and then we'll -1. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was looking at what I would do if I was doing the D6. Okay. So we'll just swing and see what happens.
All right, you swing Andurel. You know, the green glowing runes kind of actualize as you reach for the hilt of the blade, and the sword gleams, and quickly you see this skeleton standing before you raise its shield in a similar fashion and style that you would, very trained with this shield, deflecting your first blow.
It more so was because it shocked me. I didn't expect to see some terrifying things, so I was just like, "Wah!" and like wanted to hit it with something to get away from it.
Yeah.
And so because I can mark it now, correct?
Oh, you didn't hit it, no, so you can't.
Dang.
Yeah,
Ding dang.
I'm sorry, I
Excellent.
described Andurel attacking it. You attacked with the shield. I know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I knew. You good?
I read it, you know.
Cool.
I like Andurel a lot. It's a pretty sword.
Doesn't.
Andrel's
Great
like
sword.
an incredible sword. Andrel's like my meat and potatoes. Okay. Cool. I hit it the one way. I think Bruno would then like come down and try to hit it the other way as well,
All right.
just to like get the 2 hits in.
15 AC does not hit, unfortunately. So yeah, you're just like, you know, and you swing it a second time, and again, without really shifting or anything, just, you know, managing to use the shield to perfectly block the point of, you know, focus of your attack, blocking both of these kind of flailing strikes with the shield.
And I want to. Oh jeez. I know. Winter.
Winter, have Brian attack. Bite it.
Well, Brian. Oh my goodness, Brian did just get like. Well, no, he just got that though. I want to waste that on this one thing. Okay. I want to make sure that I try and get away from this thing then. Oh, but then I'm gonna get an attack of opportunity.
That's true, if you leave its threat range.
Jesus Christ. Okay, then I'm just gonna try to move. God, there's this big purple ape now.
That'll
Guys,
chestnut.
I regret everything
yeah.
that we did. I'm so upset. Okay. I'm just gonna stand there. I don't know what else to do. I have to maybe just kind of ready myself with the shield. Now that I hit them twice, I'm gonna hold it in front of me and kind of prepare myself for an ass kicking of a lifetime.
All right, so yeah, you are trained in shield, so you will still get the +2 to initiative as you would if you were using your shield method fighting. You don't get any of the magic benefits because you're not attuned to the shield. But yeah, so you kind of like look around and up over just over your back shoulder, you see this giant, massive 12-foot tall purple giant ape, kind of glowing with this purple and green magical fire, kind of bearing down, which kind of pins you where you're at, even though you would like to run to the aid of Rial as you see the shifting Blade Master begin charging toward the bearer of his sword. Did you want to do anything? Brian acts on your initiative now, Brunor. So did you want to do anything with Brian?
I want Brian to... Let's see, where is everybody? I want Brian to protect. I want him to protect! I don't have anything... I want him to bite at this thing.
Okay, cool.
Give him a good bite and see what happens.
Give him a bite. This AC of this creature's is rather good. You might be fine. No, crit! Brian crit. That's an extra. I'm taking 2 crits.
Oh man, I don't know if I can.
Good boy, Brian.
Brian comes through like a boss.
Yeah.
All right,
Remember
go ahead and give me that damage there. Click the bite on that little icon, and it'll pop the damage for you. Nice, with the additional for the crit. So he does 15 piercing damage. Very nice. You see he bites into it, and I believe, yeah, the target is grappled until this grapple ends. The target is restrained. It cannot move. And the crocodile can't bite. So you see Brian, the wings kind of shoot back, and he kind of snaps at one of these skeletal legs just below where the shield had just blocked your previous bow. He takes advantage of his, knowledge of fighting with you in many battles to choose the perfect point to strike at the leg of this skeleton in front of you. You hear the great clasp of his jaws on the kind of the skeletal bony leg of this creature, and he grapples the skeleton before you with the shield. So 15 damage, and it's grappled. It has to pass a DC 12 strength check to break out.
Oh yeah.
That's a good thick wiggly boy.
Whoa.
Our boy.
Looks up at you for approval as
awesome.
always. All right, so that'll be the end of Brian's turn. Bruno, unless you want to move or anything and incur a potential AOO, it will be Rial's turn.
Oh, shit.
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good where I'm at.
All right, Rial, you see, the beginning of this battle. You see this beast lock, or this the skeleton lock eyes with you. Begin, charging toward you. You hear the clang of battle as these shields beat against each other behind you. The sound of Brian's jaws snapping on the ankle of the skeleton as Brunor engages with this skeleton, the ruler. What do you do?
So when I heard the clash between the ruler and Brunor, do I also notice the giant purple ape?
You absolutely do. Right over your back shoulder, you're just this massive, looming, 12-foot tall, giant purple ape, whirring with magical green fire.
Okay. So I wanna pay Thoricus a look. I wanna give him a nod while I unsheath the new weapon, the double-bladed sword.
Oh, you're using it?
But just wait, that's why I'm giving you a nod.
Okay.
I know it's super well balanced. That's all I know about it. Until I train to melee this thing, I'm about the range. And clearly the skeleton wants what I have. I'm gonna use all my might to throw it at the ape and hopefully stick him for some some damage.
I like it a lot. Let's utilize. We're gonna treat it like a spear, Rial, which is a simple weapon you would be proficient in. Go ahead and throw, or would it be I believe it's a javelin is the simple one. I can look that up real quick. Boom. Yeah, simple. The javelin. So it'd be a D6 damage. But yeah, you get to add your dexterity bonus to the attack. You would be proficient in it. So you get to add your +3 for your proficiency bonus as well. So it's to be a D20 plus your dex +3.
Oh, D20. My bad. I hit it D6.
That'll just be for damage, yeah.
Okay.
Just to see if
But
you hit, you turn
D20?
around. You know, like you said, it's very well balanced. You just kind of turn around and you can feel, it slides right into the right. Oh!
God damn it!
Oh, one. Wait, that's a crit hit. We have rules or rules.
That's the shithead. Damn.
God damn it, and it's not a fucking melee attack either. I was gonna say, if it was a melee attack, you could have used the throat fucker as a backup. Fuck!
It's true. You feel the shifting, the weight perfectly balanced in the center. You kind of take the heft of it back on your shoulder, turn to this great giant purple gorilla that stands behind you. You throw the blade like a javelin. You hear it whirring through the air. And then just as fast as it approaches, you see the gorilla catches it. And now has it in his hands.
Oh, no. He can talk with the Blade Master about that then, because he's got what he wants.
Oh.
All right, Riel, that would be your action. You still have your bonus action, your cunning action, and a move. Were you inclined to use it?
Yeah, I want to have a sweet vantage spot. Can I tuck up here, like move-wise? Kind of behind like the remnants of the statue, ironically enough.
You step on the rubble and you take the pose.
Strike a pose.
Yeah, you can totally do that. That's a safe move for you to make.
And then can I hide in the brambles with cunning action?
Ooh, that's pretty tough. Because actually, no. Unfortunately, because somebody is actively staring at you right now, you see as the movements you make, the Blade Master is watching every single step that you take. So it would be pretty hard to hide.
That's okay. I don't think I can disengage anybody either. So
Well, could he perch up on top of the fucking stalagmite thing? Why can't I rope
the
her?
roper.
Yeah.
And get the bow out and kind of
I like the cut of your jib there, best friend. If that's allowed, I love it.
Yeah, you see Thorcus kind of gives you that tactical points up to the top of the roper. You've got the move, especially with your cunning action. If that's what you want to do, is post up at the top of the roper, go up 30 feet.
Yeah, can we do it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you have tons of move.
Dope.
Cunning action gives you a dash.
You can certainly
as well,
try.
So you have lots of move. Let's
Best
see. It is
friend.
not, it's not necessarily built for climbing, and it does get pretty steep near the top. So give me an athletics check, just to see how high up you get. If you're perfectly perched to the top, or if you only make it, so far up.
If not, narratively, wherever I end up, I just want to plant the throat fucker in it and just be ready.
Nice. Just throw the hook into the wall.
Just
to
plant it.
secure yourself.
Planet.
Bracing did not do well on your athletics check. Yeah, no. So an 11, unfortunately, that doesn't get you to the very peak. So it's not like you're on that sweet position where you have a vantage point on everybody. You can kind of only see in front of you. So you see the Blade Master, you see the Benevolent, you see the Gorilla, but you don't really have good eyes on the Ruler.
Okay.
But you are up about with an 11. I would say you're up about 10 feet, and then you take the throat fucker and just hook it into the side of the rock. Too steep, to make a really easy, quick climb in the heat of battle. But you skirt up the rock. You see the entire time the Blade Master's eyes stay locked on you.
I don't have your sword, sir. Inquire otherwise. I'm sorry.
Go ask that big purple monkey. He might know something about that. I don't know.
You start pointing over there.
I thought I saw it for a second, it whizzed by me, and then I saw that big purple monkey say "Oh, hey, I'm gonna go sell this. You might want to go talk to him."
I heard that too.
I'm just trying to rock climb in the middle of this beautiful ass park. Can you just leave me alone? I'm just trying to rock climb.
All right. So Rial, you got anything else, or are you done?
Nah, man, that's me.
All right, Brunor, you see the shifting the serpent shield before you, the Ruler, with Brian biting onto it. Kind of, you see the skeleton face, the delicate female skeleton face, kind of look down, hollow eye sockets burning with this green fire. Looks down at Brian and kind of considers the options that lay before it. And You see, actually, it throws down the bone shield to the ground, and knowing it can't really go anywhere, it lunges forward and attempts to grab the shield from you. You feel the strong skeletal hands grab onto this like ship's mast that you're holding on to as you guys fight for it. So give me it's going to be a competing strength check here, Brunor, as this creature attempts to steal the shield from your grip.
All fucking day.
I got
All
a 17. Ooh, you got a 23. Nice.
Oh, all day. What did I say? All day. What did I say?
Shit.
Daddy!
You
Shit.
feel the
Oh,
shaking,
what did I
the strong skeletal hands, but you behind your bones have all that muscle, honed from all your years of adventuring. And you position yourself and kind of block the skeletal hands back. And you see it use an action surge and reach for the shield one more time. Using its fighter ability, it really wants to get this shield from you. So one more time, Bruno. You think you got it? You think you got me a second time?
All day.
Here we go. Here's mine. Ooh, I got a 20. Bruno, I got a 21. Ow! Bruno! Oh, Cha, bro. You're like
Cha,
gnarly,
bro.
Oh yeah.
Gnarly.
Hey, shut.
Righteous.
Bruno, in a great display of strength, standing beside your ally Brian the Dracodile, feeling emboldened by his presence. You hold firm as you grip, the straps on the inside of the shield. As it jerks against you, you manage to just pull it right back. Still,
When I
unheld
pull it
information.
back, I say, yoink! Harsh, bro. Harsh. Listen. If I give this to you, will you calm down?
You look into the burning green fire eyes of the skeleton. Give me an insight check.
In a dangerous game.
Hold on, man.
Oh.
All right. You're looking at this thing as it recoils from you, ripping the shield out of its hands once again after two, full spirited attempts. It looks down at the Dracodile biting its leg. It looks up at you as you kind of like, yeah, you offer it out to it.
Cha,
Cha?
And you
bro.
see it reaches its hand out and hovers it in front of you.
Is there anything I can do to try to connect with it? Because if it has anything to do with any one of my timelines, I'm trying to think of like, ooh, I know.
Oh.
Let's do this, Bruno.
Oh.
What?
What you got?
Let's duel it out.
What do you think, Bam?
So Brunor, yes, you feel that as this hand reaches out, beckoning for the object that you hold, you do feel a blood link, not necessarily familial, but the link, the destiny of this, not only the shield, the mast of the ship, the battles, the legend, but this creature before you, this longing, this protective item that kind of calls to the root of even the way you approach your style of battle. There is something that speaks to you from the spirit, and you do certainly feel a connection through your royal lineage.
Cha-ching.
Ooh. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this being in front of me understands the importance of a promise especially a promise made with a cha. So I look deep into those green sockets.
Look, the Chas of your royal line are legendary in their power. And so if you, based on what you've read of this creature, you think that the power of the Cha of your people may indeed hold sway over this being as well.
Righteous. In that case, I want to gesture to Brian to let go of it first.
You see Brian
And-
looks up at you really slowly, he doesn't take his mouth away, he just opens his mouth so that at any moment he could clap back down if he needed to.
And then I hand the shield over to the being. Having flashbacks of like Medusa's stuff and everything else, but just going, it doesn't matter what anybody else does, I will always be somebody that is willing to give a chance. What anyone else does with that is up to them. That is the gnarliest thing that you can do. So I hand that shield over, making eye contact with whatever lineage this has, hoping and just having faith.
Oh yeah. I got your back.
Once more, as
Damn.
as you take this legacy item of yours and connect to the spirit of your own and that of your people and your bloodline, you begin moving the shield toward the ruler, the skeleton of the ruler before you, and you feel as if two waves cresting against each other at once as your shield and it reach out at the same time. And as those waves crash against each other, you just feel a very familiar feeling, like the last time you were in the golden and ivory gates of Elmira. And you're filled with a general feeling of happiness in this brief, fleeting moment as each of your waves, respectively, wash away from each other. You see as the debris and the wood splinters and shards that lay upon the ground around the skeleton begin shaking on the ground, and in a moment you see the coffin reassemble itself. The skeletal creature lays back in the coffin, places the shield over her chest once more, and the coffin lid closes.
We chawed on it! We chawed on it! We chawed on it! Chaw! We
Yeah,
chawed
you did.
And in
Shut.
that moment, you hear a screech from behind you as the Blade Master just starts sprinting. Now he's going to use this battle maneuver to add a maneuver dice to his AC. Thorcus, what's your maneuver dice? Is it D8 right now or D10?
I'm so sorry. Let me look real quick. Oh, you know what? I think you asked me this before, and it just shows me how many I have. It doesn't. When I go over it, it doesn't say like what the formula that Roll20 would actually use to roll that. Can I? No.
Funny is happening and we are saying as long as it's crappening and it's a really, really good
Alright, so
time of
he
year.
occurs, you see him take a defensive position as he quickly, with his burning green eyes, looks at basically the battle position in front of him, and he attempts to tuck, roll, and slide in front of him. And he ends up, he takes an evasive maneuver and is attempting to run toward the sword that's in the hands of the gorilla. So Rial, Thorcus, and Divot, you all get AOs.
Sweet.
Oh, I'm sorry, not
Nice.
Rial. You're up on the rock. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna move you over.
All good.
Think about it. But yeah, Thorcus and Divot, you see as he looks at you, he kind of tactically rolls away from you, but you can both get an AOO on him if you'd like. Thorcus. Nice, 28 AC. That is absolutely a hit, even with his advantage tactical move. You look at him, and almost as if a chess master playing another, you see the move he's doing, and you're like, fool. And you quickly reposition yourself and swing the heft of your blade right where the momentum of his body would be heading. You catch him dead on in the gut. As he like ends his roll, you blast the Lucille side of your dual-bladed weapon right into his stomach for 13 points of damage. Nice.
Can I just whisper over to him? You disappoint me, Shadow.
Heck yeah. You see he's like, oh. His little green fire eyes are like, All right, so that's your AOO. Divot, what about you? Quick fire, a 17 AC, not good enough. You see as you shoot, even though, he still has the evasive maneuver up. So even though he was stopped as the blade of Thorcus, stops in full track, as the twang of your crossbow shoots, you see him kind of duck and dodge, bending over the axe that's, stuck in his stomach, continuing to run onward, just avoiding the bolt entirely. He uses his move to get up to the gorilla who handily hands him the sword.
Aww.
Motherfucker.
Reach down, and the blade master, and you hear almost like this cataclysmic thunderclap as his hand locks on it. And then Thorcus, you see, that flow of battle that you get into when you're really in your spin. You watch as his feet start, his toes go to a point, and he starts tracing the ground in front of him and moving in this extremely finesse manner, no lost energy, as he spins his weapon around him and locks eyes with you, Thorcus.
Oh yeah.
He appreciates the challenge that you presented him, and he intends to prove you his equal.
I fucking love it.
But that's actually going to be his whole turn.
What? That's crazy. I totally didn't anticipate that.
So Blade Master's done. We go to 11. That's Divot. You're up. You see the two masters of weapons kind of crossing a little bit of idle testing with each other's blades as they position themselves for battle. You see behind you, the skeletal visage of a small halfling framed woman carrying a scepter. You see she, again, also the same burning green fiery eye sockets that stand as she stares forward at your sister who stands close by. What do you do?
It's not sending.
Okay.
All I'm gonna hit that is make Greg super happy. Please make Greg super happy. I don't know if you know what that means, but I know what that means.
I've got so many ideas. Okay. All right. First things first. I see the skeleton to my right. And I look over at Tina, and like with my hand out, but looking over at Tina, I'm like, sorry. And then I shatter the skeleton next to me.
Nice. So you cast Shatter on the Benevolent, the one that mirrors your sister, yes?
Yeah, so I'm like, sorry.
All right, go ahead and cast Shatter. It gets a saving throw. I believe it's a
Wait, wouldn't you want to cast it on the big purple ape? Because then wouldn't it hit the other guy too? Isn't it like an area of effect?
No, where the Benevolent skeleton is, it would just hit that one.
No, what I'm saying is if you put it towards the grape ape, would it hit the other guy? My shadow.
My shadow.
I got a plan for that, maybe.
All right, so that's a DC 16 con save.
Whoa!
Passes. Look at that.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Jelly hands. With a booming Constitution saving throw. takes half of the 6, passing the con save. You see as you shoot the seismic waves of energy at it, the scepter that's at her side turns, and she holds it up. It vibrates against the scepter in her hand. She does take 3 damage.
3. Oh.
You kind of feel the ground shake. The little pieces of the exploded coffin nearby scatter even more as they skitter upon the gold ground. Divot, that is your action.
Indeed. Shit, that did not go how I planned.
Man, that happens to me all the time.
It's true, the dice have been pretty mean to you guys overall. You've had some great dice moments, but I feel like
It would have been pretty cool. It works, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Madness.
Okay. All right. I guess. Okay. So I have this ability, and I don't know. I guess it probably cost an action for me to do it, and that was my action. So I think I'm done.
right, yeah. You right now you have your bonus in your move. You're not in anybody's threat range, so you could move without incurring an attack of opportunity. And you do have your bonus actions, so things like your inspiration, the bardic inspiration, stuff like that, you could do. But yeah, you're like if you were going to try your new ability, that does take an action.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I'll go ahead and throw a bardic inspiration in there.
All right, who do you want to give it to?
Let me see. How about who can I see right now?
You can see.
You can see at 360 degrees, bro.
Oh shit!
Okay.
That's a
You
good question.
See everything always.
360 degrees.
Everything.
All right, so the whole team but me.
Yeah.
But you're getting cataracts. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. So.
All right, let me give it to Thoricus.
Nice. Boom. Thoricus, you are granted the bardic inspiration of Divot. Divot, if you want to use your move, or are you done?
That gives me temporary hit points, right?
No. It's, you can use it to add to an attack or a saving throw.
Oh, I thought it could be.
Go ahead and if you cast it, Gus, it should pop up in chat.
Oh yeah. Did that work for you?
Does that do it for you?
It worked for me. Did it work for you?
Yeah. Do you see that? You like what you see?
I cast
Good
it so
enough,
hard
is
for you,
that-
Drew.
Oh
Good
man.
hashtag.
Extra
Good
hard.
enough. Here
There
it
it
comes, baby.
No.
You get you can apply the inspiration dice. It's a D6, so you can add a D6 to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Once you
Okay.
It basically gives you a D6 to apply to any of those things.
I don't know why I thought it gave temporary hit points. There's something else that he can
That's
do
his
that
other
goes.
one. That's his.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's the end of my turn.
Inspiration, yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So yes. So Divot,
I get
do you want
confused
to move or
sometimes.
anything, or are you done?
I'll stay right there.
All right. Tina Skelly hands is up.
Ooh.
Tina, you see as this vibration in the scepter that this skeleton is holding through the entire experience, she never stops locking her green fiery eyes in your direction. You see the spell of shatter fade away. She begins stepping forward. Divot kind of begins shifting to step to your aid, and you see her hand start glowing with this black energy. She slaps it into your chest. Divot, she's gonna cast Banish on you.
Oh.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Goodbye.
After he disappears, I say, "I'm sorry."
He doesn't necessarily
Damn.
disappear, he does get a
We don't know
saving
yet.
throw.
Oh, okay.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, never
And
mind.
it's a charisma saving throw, which is a particularly good one for Divot. the spell save DC here is 14. Divot. Make a DC
go back.
14 charisma saving. Passing.
Nice.
Divot. So you feel this strange spell, banishment, intending to send you to your home plane. But you can almost feel like the spell itself is confused by what the fuck you are. And so it's like, it's trying to send you, I don't know, back to like Death's domain, and Death is all like, I said he can't come back here yet. So you're being like forced against a door that won't open. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll send him back to his earthly body. And then you're like, well, my earthly body's now been mutated by all this magic. And so in almost a sense of confusion, through the force of the will of you and your inherent multiple destinies, you almost shun off this magic as like, well, you can't banish me, because where are you gonna send me, bro? And you cast away the energy.
I've got no other place to go.
Yeah.
Give me back my son.
Jason!
Thorcus.
Jason!
Thorcus, you're
Jason!
You see the blade
Thank
master
you, I can't do it
eyes
right,
on you,
yeah.
His green eyes burning at yours, you know, almost matching the disrespect he feels you showed him by countering his move so easily. It is your turn.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you right now.
Yeah.
But it is my turn. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna move. Can I move there?
Yeah,
Is
you'll
that-
be moving through the threat range of the Blade Master, though, so he would get one attack opportunity on you.
What about Grape Ape?
No, because you enter his threat range, but you don't leave it, so you're tactically aware of him. Like,
Fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna use one of the maneuver die to do my fucking fast ass feat. What's that thing called? Evasive maneuvers.
Oh, your evasive maneuvers? Yeah, where you just do exactly what he did. You add a superiority dice, a D8 to your AC
That's
while
sweet.
you're moving.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Did we find out what dice that is though?
D8.
It is a D8. Okay, because it's not letting me hit anything on there.
That's D8.
All right.
Show them how it's done.
Time to roll a D8, roll a D8. There it is.
Yeah. So it adds.
Okay, we apparently have. We are going to take a quick break.
Oh, no.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. This is what I get for bragging at the beginning of the night that we had all of our tech issues handled. I was like rolling in like big man, like Johnny, no tech issues. And in fact, I'm Brandon, many tech issues. We were having some issues with my mic there, guys. Hopefully, we've got that taken care of. I don't want to spend any more time on it than we just did. Let's jump back in. Thorcus, you were moving with your evasive maneuvers across the threat zone of the Blade Master, now wielding his double-bladed sword. It's his turn to take his attack of opportunity at you, which he's gonna do, and boom. Not good enough, unfortunately. Even though a 16 AC is pretty good with your evasive maneuvers, once more out, showing off your battle prowess compared to his. You feint left, and as he goes to strike left, you just dodge roll to the right. And managed to land right at the feet of the giant purple gorilla. The grape ape, if you will.
Grape Ape.
I will.
You would.
It's my world, damn it.
You would.
My own world, with weed and purple gorillas.
Hanna-Barbera's lawyers are knocking on your door right now on the studio.
Stay out. Hanna-Barbera's, they're very litigious.
Yeah.
If I knew
full
anything
love
about
to watch this.
Hanna-Barbera, it's that they're litigious.
It was them. They sabotaged the mic.
That was it.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
They're like, all right, go in, affirmative. Said in Harvey Birdman immediately. All right. So Thoricus, with your dope evasive maneuvers. That's what I almost said, but then I didn't, and then I said it anyway. Your evasive maneuvers. You give him the old sling slang and a slippity slap, and you slide in front of the giant gorilla. It's still your turn. What do you do?
Well, after I'm done Michael scarring his ass.
That yarn.
Go fuck yourself.
You get it. You get it. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I would like to, if I may, use another superiority die to repost.
Ooh, a riposte.
Pasta.
A riposte.
The riposta. If
It's a gnarly riposte, bro.
It's a gnarly riposte.
The Rockanasta riposte.
A shaka pasta.
Shakanasta rocka. This is fun.
Good time.
Little word association thing.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You absolutely can.
And it's just another D8, right?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Yeah. That's it.
I believe you add that to the damage dice of the attack if you hit.
So I still have to roll a D20 though, right?
Yeah, you have to see if you hit him first. You can use your reaction to expend a superiority die to make a melee attack against the creature. If you hit, you add that dice to the damage. So you have to hit first though.
Right.
Nice, 26 AC, that does it. So you did hit. You get to add that 5 additional damage to your damage, which was 11, so 16 additional damage. You're attacking the gorilla, correct?
No, because I moved through.
Oh no, that's right. I'm sorry.
shadows.
Yes, you're correct. You reposted.
So 16. Negathoricus.
Nice. You blast Negathoricus. Blade Master Blackheart in the chest as you kind of move by. Again, not only using your evasive maneuvers to cause him to attack at a feint, but then following suit and using that opportunity to spin with your axe and bury it in his side as you continue to move forward. Not even truly engaging him in battle, like moving on away and past him. And that puts you at the feet of the Grape Ape.
Grape Ape. Okay. So then, that's my move and my bonus action. So now I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pull out 2 tickets to Fucktown. That's right. Let's get them, girls.
Ladies. All right, so you're attacking the giant gorilla, correct?
Correct.
Nice.
Well, I can't reach Nega myself, right?
Correct. So, so 14. The 20 AC is more than enough. You see this creature seems to have a lot of constitution, but not a ton of armor class. You pretty easily, start the spinning doom of your new fighting style, and you bury the Blightbringer in for 11 points of damage. For 14 points of damage with the Lucille side.
I was going to ask, is it possible for me to use another superiority die to use a trip attack?
Let's see here. It would depend on how it states. When you hit a creature, which you did, you expend a superiority dice, and you add the superiority dice to the attack's damage roll. So you would again add your superiority dice to the damage of the attack that you already hit. And if the target is large or smaller, this
large.
I think it might be bigger. It's huge.
Oh, horse shit!
Yeah.
What a bunch of horse bort.
That's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't tell you.
You just
You did it. You brought back horse sport.
Florida horse board.
I swear to God, like 5 seconds ago, this motherfucker was like half as big.
Yeah, you see it's like, it just kind of fills up.
That sound too.
He's getting excited.
Don't make him toot.
Just
Yeah.
look how it goes. Give it
Dang
a
it.
head to
Oh, I
leg.
didn't know he was that big.
Yeah, he's big.
Now I'm intimidated.
He's big.
I'm
What happened?
100% not intimidated.
Sometimes you get very surprised.
So
I was
yes,
just gonna
unfortunately, I'm
say-
sorry, Thoricus, your trip attack would not work in this circumstance. But yeah, you
Okay,
can
but
apparently you can burn those superiority dice. The only time it would matter is if it said it was like linked to a bonus attack or something like that.
Right. Awesome. I love it. So, I didn't do that. Basically, what I said was put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Exactly. So I'm gonna go back to that point before I said that dumb shit, and just like I said, we'll just leave it at 2 tickets to fuck down, and there we go.
And bring
Wait, so-
back the spinning second blade.
I got 2 tickets to fuck down.
Nice, 23 AC again. Again, this thing's so massive, so like dense and full of ability to just kind of like take damage.
I
You
just
see,
want
it
to hurt
doesn't
it more though.
doesn't really attempt too much of a block as you kind of swing your axe again. But you're a wise battle master. You're attacking kind of for the knees and the ankles of this
Thank
huge
you.
creature.
You get me. I was just about to say that. I'd be like, well, if it's just gonna sit there and kind of smile at me, I'm gonna try to make it kind of somewhat less combat effective and take out a foot or a toe or something, and like
and that's reflected basically in
it's
the,
gonna
in the
remember
damage.
what tangled with me.
Yeah, exactly. Like showing no fear at all. You see Thoricus just man up, looking up. 7 foot taller than him is this creature, and he just walks right up to it. Literally, just like smacks some dude in the face on his way over, and then just takes this thing on. In a pretty awesome display of strength and courage. And then you start hacking away kind of at its legs, and you see it's so big and strong that what you've done is basically reflected in the amount of damage that you've done to it, the effectiveness of it. You've managed to make him a little hobbled. He's not moving around so fresh as you crack into those shin bones and ankles and knee areas as you start your clockwork, spinning assault.
Hell yeah.
That with the bonus action move, you're done. Tina Smooth Hands, you're still kind of looking into the green, burning eyes of the mirror, the skeletal mirror version of yourself. Her hand still kind of pressed against Divot's chest, although her magic ineffective. What do you do?
Well, I look at this imposter, Tina, and I almost
Impasta?
laugh. Timpasta? Pasta. I almost laugh at this failed attempt at banishment, and I'm impulsive. I almost want to banish her right away, but I think better. And my ring finger twitches a little bit, and another flush of guilt rushes over my cheeks because I know what she's after. I know what she wants, and I step forward a little bit. I'm not at the ready. I'm not aggressive, and I do that old. Yeah, I took theater classes back at Halfling school, and we entertained all the humanities. We were, and so I stepped forward and I learned this game, and I try to get her to mirror me. And does she?
Well, you could certainly try.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Since
I wanna replace
Tina, since you chose those words, give me a performance check. It's not always what you hear from a cleric when you ask for a performance check. I just want to say that. So that was a refreshing moment.
Having a 0 performance.
Nice. All right. So Tina, you feeling now that wellspring of benevolence upon your finger, the cold touch of the ring on your hand, you feel that swelling wave that emanates from you. And you feel the focus in your hand. You look down upon the ring and you see, what it is. The giving hands, the two golden scooped hands, offering, not taking, but offering. And you use that hand and you hold it up. You see the burning green fire in the skeleton in front of you as you see her take the matching hand off of Divot's chest and hold it and match your own. And as you move your hand, the skeleton so too moves.
I want to continue mirroring our actions and sort of amp up and almost get in like a dance. And it wasn't choreographed, of course, but we know each other so well and we fall into it.
Step ball change. Mm-hmm. Step ball
We're
change.
dancing this ballet. I mean, I'm heavy, I'm bulky, I'm not a dancer by any means, but we know each other better than, of course, we're each other, we're of each other. But
so yes, Tina, in this kind of regal, the balls that your father would attend, where you learn to dance with, the roaming gentlemen of the area, many of them revolve around a dominant hand in the dance. And so you, using, this magical ring as the fulcrum of your spin, you too begin this kind of step around each other. And you begin, like, matching this suit. The whole while, though, you feel the focus of those burning green eyes upon the ring itself. And less yielding to you, but more conceding to what it thinks might be the path toward that. So you find, it's not giving in to you. You don't find yourself controlling it, but it is kind of allowing this. It seems to be interested in this display, and it will continue this ritual dance that you're performing if you do not break it.
I'm staring into those fiery, passionate green eyes, and as we do a turn, I slip off the ring somewhat guiltily as I remember what greed and guilt did to my father, Shrend. He trod down a path that I do not want to myself go down, and I slip it on Imitina's finger.
So in a touching spin of a dance move, as both of you swirl around each other, toes pointed as they skid across the ground, you pull your hand away. And as your hands caress, you slip the ring from your hand, and then you reverse, and no longer are you the leader of this dance. But as you push against her, she begins the spin, and now the ring on her finger. You guys begin spinning around each other, almost unwinding the sphere that you had just spun together. And as you finish the last of these steps, you see the same chittering of the pieces of the coffin that lay scattered on the golden floor around you, and they begin building themselves once more. The coffin, the golden benevolence, opens. The spirit, the skeleton, wraps her hands before her chest once more. The scepter vanishes, and she resumes her rest in the coffin of the benevolent. I'm gonna say that's your whole turn, Tim.
Okay.
That was pretty awesome. All right, so Thoricus, you look up at this giant, 12-foot tall, massive purple ape. It looks down on you after being the recipient of quite a few of your blows, and it is eager to strike back. It's going to actually... It has 2 attacks, so it's going to move past you. It also really wants what's on Divot's head right now. So, Thoricus, you get one swing just out of anger, the animalistic instinct of this giant beast, as it swings down, hitting a 23 AC, 19 damage. It just blasts you with a big hit. Now, Thorcus, you actually get an attack of opportunity because this huge creature just steps right over the Blade Master, again showing no respect for him, as he just like steps right through his square and over toward Divot, who he's also gonna try to attack with his other thing. But you do get an attack, Thorcus, attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yes,
Love that.
mighty,
No.
extremely strong giant ape. Nice, 26 AC, bro. That's a hit. 11 damage. Again,
Can I nip that Achilles as he's trying to run by me? Be like,
Ooh.
you fuck with the wrong one.
you
I had a
you
nap.
take a swing of your blade.
Thank you.
And had he been a normal man, this would have severed the vein clean. But the thick, just the sheer mass and constitution of this creature, just a single axe swing isn't enough. But you do cut your way a little path through the hair. You feel like maybe if you continue to target that area, you might yield some reward in what you're thinking. But one strike is not enough to cut his Achilles open entirely. You see the 11 damage. You do cut into him. But he's just so big, so massive, he just storms across. And Divot, he's going to take a swing at you as well. 18 AC.
That's...
He didn't. If he had advantage, he would have critted. Oh my god, 28 damage, Divot. Whoa, you see with the force of just like a massive, just like falling from a great distance, he hits you so hard that the hat almost falls off of your head as you just take this massive gorilla punch to the gut.
How much was it again?
What's that?
How much was it again?
28 damage.
Do I get a reaction to that?
No, that's just he didn't leave your threat range or anything. If you have a spell that your reaction is that you took damage, then you could use that in this instance.
I do. I have Hellish Rebuke.
Dope. So yes, you can use your reaction right now to cast that. Let's see it.
I will do so.
So yeah, you see as he punches you, he's got that same green fire Divot that you know very well. And as he punches you and you take this big hit in your stomach and you kind of fold over his massive fist, that green energy in your stomach starts burning and then pushes his fist away from your stomach. He gets a dexterity saving throw.
Fail.
That's a 7. That's not good enough. He fails. He takes 6 necrotic damage from your hellish rebuke.
Damn.
Can he blast that same ankle?
No, because it's in front of him, and that would be on the other side of him. So he just kind of blasts the dude for the 6. Still not bleeding for what it's worth. That's the end of his turn. So Brunor, we shift back to you, and that's one full crazy round of initiative.
Shit.
Whoa.
That was one round.
That was
Yeah.
one.
Shit.
I learned so much in this time as well. There's so much that happened. Cool. So there's a little bit of Brunor that's like, I think I'm gonna just protect. I want to take a defensive stance because, like, take my own shield out and take a defensive stance because there's a little bit of me that believes that we gotta deal with consequences of your actions if you're gonna take
You're
some
like-
shit.
What?
Lean on your shield.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I'm just like, and also I'm like, these guys, they got it. So I'm gonna protect and pet Brian for biting the thing and protecting me again.
You just give him little scritches to show him what a good, thick, and wiggly boy he is. And Brian the Dracodile, with great glee, receives them.
And I'm just gonna ready an attack in case anyone comes at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's going to be this square here. It's also the one in front of Thorcus. So you kind of provide, a defensive stance for you
Yeah.
and he,
Well,
preparing to strike, were this battle master to try to come get some.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the end of your turn, Riao, you're up. You know, you see this huge gorilla kind of standing almost at the same level as you, even though you're up, you know, halfway up this roper. This creature so massive, just laying some hurt on Divot.
Go for the eyes, best friend.
Best friend, read my mind. You got the feet, I got the eyes.
Eyes are the crotch of the face.
These eyes.
Damn straight they are. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this great baby in the face.
So Divot, you know I'm sorry, not Divot, Rial, you know the throat fucker is at the bottom of your cape. You have it so hooked to the rock that you can actually just lean forward, and it's just like your cape is just like hooked onto the rock. So you just pull your bow out unhindered, and super dope looking if you ask me. And go ahead and get off a shot. You 15. That's actually good enough. This thing doesn't have great AC.
Yay!
Hashtag good enough.
Yeah. 6 damage. Nice. Managed to.
Did he see me with the eyes that I'm shooting into? Did he see me on the little rock there? Or?
You know, he was fixated on Divot. I would say no. Yes.
Sneak attack to me.
Yeah. You apply your sneak attack here. You kind of, you kind of whistle to him, and you see him turn, and you just right into one of his eyes. Bring me his eyes. 14 additional damage. Nice. You do 20 total. And actually, yeah, you see as you shoot him, he lets out this giant cry. And one of his massive, the fist that he just punched Divot with, it's kind of singed with green energy, kind of reaches up to his eye, and you see like pus and blood spilling out as the arrow is just lodged right in his eye. You do see he is bleeding now. All right. Rial, you got anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay put up top. Yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
All right.
Like disappear or some shit.
All right. You see the Blade Master, after having basically been pushed around for a few seconds. There's the 6-second shift happen. You see him kind of reset himself. And once more, you just see him stand straight up, and the blade begins moving once more. He is going to make the foolish. You've kind of damaged this thing's pride, Thoricus, and he's going to make the faulty move of stepping into this threat range. Brunor, you get an attack opportunity on him as he steps forward. 12 AC is not good enough. You see, again, he's so, quick and fluid that as you step forward, he jumps back and deflects it with his dual-bladed weapon, and then takes the swing down. And again, Thoricus is going to try to catch you up a couple times. First attack.
Would Brian have an attack of opportunity at that point?
No, he
I'm
wouldn't.
just curious. I didn't know how far his range was.
Yeah, unfortunately,
we haven't
no.
really used it in battle before, so.
Yeah, the Brian component is very new. So, yeah. So 15 plus 7, 22 AC. I think that's a hit.
Yep. Most days, that will get it done.
So you take 13 slashing damage, and then he comes at you with a second attack. Oh gosh, he's doing really good. That one hits as well, and
Hold on, let me do math real quick.
14. So it hits you twice. Once for 13, once for 14. So 27 damage total.
Fuck! I don't remember what I had before. I saw
looks
that.
like 46.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds right.
It looks like that. Yeah, because your token pops up to me. I don't know if it does it for you.
Oh,
guys,
right. Okay, so I had 46, and then what did you say I got hit with?
So 27. So bring you to 19.
Ooh. I think I just healed up.
All right, and then
It's all right.
Thoricus.
I'm about to get real angry.
Do me a favor, Thoricus. Make
I
an
will
intimidation check.
Much whatever you want.
Give me an intimidation check.
Like, honestly, Bam, you've done so much for me. You pretty much don't even really need to ask me. Just let me know. And I'll be there.
Ooh, a 22. All right, so Thoricus, you You see as he connects these two strikes, this kind of spinning dance that he does with his blade, he stops. And he kind of opens his chest toward you, like revealing basically a defenseless position maneuver in front of you. And almost as if he just wanted to prove to you that he could hit you, that he was equal to you, at least in some merit on the battlefield, he offers you a draw. But it is a draw. He offers you like an officer's draw, basically. But he gives you the opportunity to take a draw from him. And so, using your force of will, what would you like to do?
May I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Fuck yes. Does anti-me speak?
You don't know. Nobody's. They haven't. They certainly haven't said anything to this point. It did scream a little bit.
Well, I don't think words are really important at this point. I think we've shown each other that I'm the boss, and come back when you're ready, kid. I'm just kidding. No, I'll take a draw because it looks like whatever. I'll give him back his dual swords, but I'm gonna be like, look, respect. I keep the Quicksilver. You get your double swords back. Fair? We good? Respect?
And that is where your intimidation will come into play, Thoricus. It works. You see, you rather than opening your chest, because it's like you've been around the game too long, you're not about to make some rookie move and open up your chest. But you kind of take the center of your dual-bladed weapon and you hold it out in front of you. You know, the least damaging part of the weapon is the center haft. And you see as you present your weapon out forward, he so too matches with his weapon, and you both touch the center of your dual-bladed weapons together, acknowledging an officer's draw. Neither of your honor is tarnished. You both proved yourself in battle. You see in this moment, he stops. Now, just so you guys know, this is still a combat scenario. He's going to walk back toward the Blade Master coffin. If you wanted to take an attack of opportunity, Thoricus and Brunor, you both have the opportunity.
No, I will. Well, I won't. I'll give him the old Stone Reaver salute.
You see, he matches the same salute. It's an older version of a Kumal. That's hard to say. The military of Kumara. Yours is a little more advanced than the rudimentary version that he does, but you see it shares a similar meaning. And he walks back over, and as he walks, you see the chittering, the metal chunks of the nearby coffin shattered in pieces on the floor at the feet of this giant, angry purple gorilla. You see he stabs his dual-bladed weapon into the earth. And then he just reaches his arms out and bows to you, Thoricus. And as he does, the coffin forms around him, standing up around the blade, and then lays back down against the earth.
Hell yeah. Damn.
Divot, you see the giant gorilla looks down at you. It's a spirit, but it has somewhat of a knowledge of things and the events that have occurred around it. Divot the Lightning Dodger, I ask you this. This gorilla would like your hat back. Will you give it to him?
He'll flip you for it. He'll flip you. Flip you for real.
You feel that buzz, that energy on your head. You know what it wants.
I take the hat off and flip it around my finger
You hear
like
the jingle,
this.
the little jingle of the bells at the end of some of the stalks.
And I it up at the guy.
And you throw it up in the air. And as it goes to look at it as if it's going to go to catch it, you catch it with your other hand and slap it back on your hand, and you throw the bird at it. So you're not intending to give it back, correct?
But then I give it to him.
Oh,
All right, so you throw the bird at him, and then you're like, I got you, and you toss it up in the air. And as you throw it up, you see this silver weave. This web of silver energy suddenly shoot from the southern side of the room. Divot, you're the only one that can see this. On the ethereal plane, you watch this giant spectral hand fly through the air. You hear the cackle of the hag once more. You see as this gray silver mist hand reaches out, and before the gorilla can capture the jester hat, the hand grabs it. The mist recoils, shooting across the room as you all quickly brace yourselves and search to jump in reaction. So fast, so powerful is this magic that it snaps and draws back once more. The last thing you see is the jester hat dissolve into a gray mist as it disappears below the pedestal on the southern side of the room. The gorilla roars in anger. And that's where we're going to pick it up next time, guys.
Bad day, bad day.
Whoa. Wow.
dude, it's so.
Woo!
Whoopsie
Oh,
poopsie.
gosh. Man, I really do just love fucking playing D&D with you guys. This is
Shit.
what a treat. What a treat. The buds, the whole nine. It's just been great, guys. This thing is awesome. Thank you so much for being whatever part of it you are. Big shout outs to our team, Isaac, Stephanie, doing all this wonderful work on social media, Vlad, Sandy, those guys. Like, it's just, there are tons of people putting just incredible amounts of work on this
Montage.
project. The
Sandy.
amazing
Sesh.
cast, the wonderful cast. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. This is the joy of my life. I hope we've been able to bring you a little bit of happiness in this weird time in our shared history. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, guys. Man, that was a lot of fun for me. I can tell by the looks on our faces that we all really had some fun tonight. So we've got a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you haven't. We like to take a lighter like this one here, hold it up in front of us, make sure we're safe to do so. Just give a nice, safe double check. Don't hurt yourself. And go. Lighter's up. Thanks so much for playing D&D with us, guys. We love you, buds. Oh, my goodness.
Get it.
Yo, that gorilla's pissed.
Oh no.
That
Oh,
gorilla.
my killer gorilla.
Big
That
yikes.
gorilla ain't
The
happy.
killer gorilla?
Oh, yes! Ha! So what? You can't touch me, 'cause I'm from the internet.